first thing you want to do is, especially for emails in terms of phishing and different types of emails that come to you that are not actually legitimate, the very first thing you want to do is figure out what credentials they have at the end of the email, especially if they don't have a business represented or a phone number and an address and a website. Then you know probably if it's not coming from a student on campus with a campus email, then it probably is an illegitimate type of correspondence. Another thing to do would be to go back and find that business or organization to see if it actually exists. If it doesn't, then do not respond to it. That's the most important thing. If you're talking about maybe your ATM, your debit cards, or your credit cards, the most important thing for you to do is always use credit instead of debit. And so it's easier for your banking institution or your financial institution to cancel that erroneous charge. But if you use a debit option and you have to put in your PIN number, that's an automatic takeaway of your money. And that way you're not able to retrieve it. So the better thing to do is always think twice about any type of transaction that you're going to participate in or initiate. Those are two key areas I think that we should be very attuned to when it comes to fraud.
Making an ethical decision, one should probably think of what the results are going to be to the action that you've made. Consider people in your family or someone who's dear to you. What would they think of the action you just made and how it's going to affect you in the future?
Basically, if the information is correct as far as what we receive, that's going to make things a lot more efficient, because I know the students are always waiting on the packages, as well as faculty and staff when they're working supplies. So long as we can have more information that we need, none of that just 504 College Drive, because for some reason people seem to think that we magically are going to know who it goes to. So when things like that pop up, just make sure the name is correct. A phone number would also help as well, and that's for everybody, because even though we do have somebody on campus who is nicknamed Superman, that doesn't mean we get the powers along with it. So just make sure that the information is correct, so that way there won't be any delays in receiving your mail or your packages or anything like that.
I think one of the things we can do to improve the ethical environment here on campus is for every course to think about the ethics involved in that career field. So one of the things we do in I want to say College of Education, but one of the things we do in the College of Professional Studies now for our teacher educators is that we cover Georgia's expectation of ethics for professional educators. So we actually go through the document, we talk about the rules here in Georgia, but we also have students sign that they receive the Code of Ethics. So that's one of the ways I think we can improve, is for all of us to be intentional about discussing ethics explicitly in all of our courses.
Well, I try to live by the golden rule, that is, do unto others as you would want them to do unto you. So I try not to do anything that will be harmful, and that includes how we deal with the internet and things of that nature. We need to be careful of what we click on and don't click on, so that we don't get viruses and that kind of thing.